Hey there Lego fans, Sasha here, Montreal Lego Maniac. Escaping the city, spend a little time in my cabin, and you guessed it, build a little Lego. For this week's kit, we have the Land Rover Defender. Kit number 42110 at 2,573 pieces, and this should be a good all-around set because it looks like it'll be good for display. It's got a whole host of mechanical features which are pretty cool, and even some playtime action. So, all-around nice kit, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing with it. But before any of that, of course, let's get it unboxed so we can get this underway.
So here we have the Land Rover Defender, another great example from the Technic line of how a kit can be great for play, display, and have a whole host of mechanical features that are sure to impress your guests as you show it off. But this is pretty standard for Technic's cars of this size. That's not to say that the Defender doesn't have features that's all its own. So let's dive in and have a closer look at the Land Rover Defender. Starting with the storage rack, off in the back right hand corner, we have this little compartment, which has an easy access flip up door and is a great place to store the tools that you need to access frequently. Coming around to the other side, on the back left-hand corner, we have a little ladder, which starts in a flipped-up position, but easily folds down, making it easy to climb up and access the rooftop storage. Up here, we find two flat Technic plates, stacked on top of each other. I'm not too sure what these are supposed to represent, but here they are. And we have a little storage box, with lid that closes, perfect for storing those little loose items. Off in the back, we have the third door, which is security latch shut, and is easy to open by twisting the tire to release the latch. And when you want to close it, all you have to do is push it and the latch secures automatically. Having a closer look at the mechanism, you can see it's a really very simple device that springs closed with this little elastic, ensuring that the latch is always well secured. Coming around to the beefy front end, we see the Defender mark clearly stamped right in the front center of the hood. The Land Rover logo sitting just beneath that, and flanked on either side by these nice large 4-point headlights, and of course, the little winch sitting right in the center beneath all of that. Flipping over the hood reveals the 6-cylinder engine and the winch controls. Starting with the engine, we can see the 6 cylinders mounted prominently right on top, and they move in and out as the car is rolled around. And while this is pretty standard for Technic kits, I still really love it and really appreciate this little detail. Off on the right side, you can see this little black hose leading to the air intake, which is mounted pretty high up in this vehicle, meaning this truck can go pretty deep in the water without flooding the engine. And over on the front right, we have this little red lever, which is the ratcheting release for the winch mechanism, preventing the cord from being pulled out unintentionally. And just over on the left-hand side, we have this little gear, which you can use for winding the winch in. Off to the left side of the vehicle, we have the driver's side door, which opens up to give you access to the interior. And we can see here that the mechanism is a multi-hinge device, giving this door a nice, smooth, solid feel as you open and close it. On the interior of both the driver and passenger door, we have these 4 sticker combos making up this little metal plate, which I find to be a little bit annoying because lining up 4 stickers is a little bit annoying. As to the seating, this vehicle has room for 5, 2 big, plush, and very comfortable looking seats in the front, and a bench where 3 can squeeze very tightly into the back. Flipping it around to the front of the cab, we can see that the brand is very well represented here, with a Defender sticker right in the middle of the steering wheel, a Land Rover logo right in the middle of the dash, and over on the right hand side of the dash, Defender once again. For the final interior feature, right in the center of the console, we have 3 separate controls all linked to the drive system. There's a little roller to access the 4-speed gearbox, a shifting mechanism for drive, neutral, and reverse, and the low-high gear. With this all together, and that's a pretty full-featured transmission. Next up, on the roof, we have this little knob, which is linked to the steering mechanism. So when you turn it, not only do you rotate the wheels back and forth, but you also turn the steering wheel at the same time. Pretty cool. And I think this is pretty great, because while it's quite common to have a lot of vehicles with functioning steering wheels, most of them are not that easy to play with, because you can't access the steering wheel that easily when you want to roll it around. But having the knob on top like this makes it nice and accessible, so it's easy to roll this thing around, having unencumbered playtime fun. And finally, coming to the wheels, I'm pleased to report that each one is supported by 2 nice large springs, giving this kit a nice bouncy suspension. And we have front and rear differentials, plus this whole thing is linked together with a nice 4-wheel drive mechanism. So as you can see, as a display piece, just looking at it is only half the story. Sure, you can just leave this one sitting on the shelf, and it will look pretty good sitting there, but if you want to really display this one, really show it off properly, you need to bring it down and show it to people, because it's only through the demonstration of all these mechanical features that people will really be impressed. And one of the features of this kit, which I really appreciate, I haven't really seen in the other ones, it's certainly not there in the Bugatti, nor is it in the Porsche 911, the gearbox, the shifters, all the little moving pieces are all there exposed for you to see. So, if you want, you can actually follow the entire powertrain from end to end, and as you shift one thing, you can see how the power transfers through the entire mechanism. Something that's really cool and can take lots of time to really explore. So, on the display side, this one gets double points, both looking really great sitting there and showing it off and really exploring it much more so than you would the standard kit. As a play kit, I'm also going to rank this one pretty high. With the little steering mechanism on the roof, it's a lot of fun to roll around. The big suspension rolls over things with ease, and being a Technic model, this is really solidly put together, so you can abuse it a little bit, and it holds together really quite well. So, a lot of fun to be had here, for sure. As to the pieces, I personally love everything I get with a Technic kit, big and small, it doesn't really matter, because it all fits together, it's such an intricate system, it's so strong, that every little piece here I'd really want to reuse. So, all Technic kits, in my books, are parts extraordinaire. But I do think it's worth mentioning that the 5 wheels you get with this kit are pretty large and impressive, and I'm definitely looking forward to reusing those on some future project when and if I ever have it in me to take this one apart. So anyway, I look at this kit for play, display, or reusing the parts. I'm excited at the prospects of what's to come, and I'm pretty sure if you get this kit, you will be too.